Hi everyone, and welcome back to my tiny house in the forest. It's early autumn, so it's about time that I start preparing the homestead for winter. In that way, it's a very seasonal lifestyle, living with self-sufficiency in a cabin in the forest. Every season has its own chores and tasks that need to get done. And to me, autumn means cutting a lot of wood, but also picking, eating and drying mushrooms for winter. And this year seems to be a pretty good year for collecting mushrooms. I think because we have had just the right mix of heat and water in the late summer. But before I start picking mushrooms, I better get some wood cut, because heavy rains and storms are coming in. So I'm just working my way through this pile of leftover building materials from when I built the house, and it actually surprises me how much there is, and it will definitely keep me going for this winter. Also because I just discovered yesterday when I cleaned up my woodshed that I have at least a third of a chamber wood left that I can use for this winter as well. So I think my strategy is right now just to fill that chamber up and see how much of this wood I can move down there. And then I think I'll also have to build some kind of a log station down on the northern end of my property, because I still have a lot of logs that I took down, or trees that I took down when I built this new house, and I just have no use for all that wood right now. So I just need to have it on the back end of my property where it can dry for the next couple of years, because a lot of it is oak and it will have to dry for at least 2 to 3 years. So I also need somewhere where they can be nice and dry for the next couple of years. So that will be something that I do up here in the northern end for the foreseeable future. So, but right now I'll need to move as much as I can of all of this down to the woodshed. So I'm just enjoying a nice cup of coffee here in the morning sun, or at least I did that, now the sun just went away. But it's actually courtesy of you guys, because in one of my videos I talked about that I don't drink that much coffee because I'm saving money, and then some of you chose to donate on the Buy Me a Coffee donation link that I have here on this channel, and also some donated by the super thanks here on YouTube, and I'm very, very grateful for that, because it just means a whole lot. And so thank you so much for that support. It just means a lot. So now I decided to buy me a small bag of coffee, even though I will not resume drinking that much coffee again, because I actually like not being addicted to coffee, and therefore I will only drink a cup of coffee every once in a while where the timing is just right. But anyways, as you can see, I'm on this hunt for mushrooms, and these are called Karl Johan in Danish. I don't know the English word for them, but they are quite healthy, and they are also quite beautiful, and they are quite delicious. They have this nice umami flavor to them, and they are very rich in different types of vitamin B, and also some some minerals like iron and magnesium and kalium, I think. So yeah, pretty healthy, and I enjoy them in my winter stews. So what I normally do is that I slice them up in very thin slices, and then slow dry them, maybe in the oven or on the stove, and then I can crumble them into a kind of powder that I can use in my dishes over the winter. Sometimes I also mix it in with some stingy nettles that I have dried as well, because they are rich in vitamin A. So in that way I ensure that I get a healthy diet, even though it's winter and I don't have that much food in the garden that is fresh. But I actually don't need to harvest that many mushrooms this year, because I discovered something quite cool the other day, which I will show you guys when I get back to the homestead. Cheers! So what I wanted to show you guys is that just by coincidence the other day I realized that the mushroom logs that I made last year, I think it was, and the year before, they are bearing fruit. And I just didn't realize it. And these are oyster head mushrooms on beech wood. And then I have some shiitake mushrooms on oak wood. And they are made in two different ways. If you want to see how I did it, I made a video about it. I can maybe link to it. But what has happened is that the mycelium has spread within the logs. And once it has spread far enough, then the mushrooms will start popping out. And I can see that these oyster they have actually been here for quite some time. I think they maybe came during the summer, the spring. So it took about a year for these logs to produce these mushrooms. So, but I think I can just take them off and just fully dry them and then use them for winter. But yeah, I'm actually quite excited about this because I actually didn't think that it would necessarily happen, because I have been watching these logs for such a long time, I think, and then nothing happened, and then I just kind of gave up in a way. And then I just realized just by accident when I was just passing by that wow, they are actually producing fruit, all of them. So that's pretty perfect. So right now I'll just take these off and then try to dry them some more and then put them on some glasses so I can eat them for winter.